Hi guys, I'm going to fix my keyboard. I broke it the last time I tried fixing a sticky key over here, and I was able to clean these off basically around the edge with some alcohol and a little swab. Just clean them off, no problem. But I was unsuccessful in taking up this shift key. You'll see on this that the shift key is on the right. It should be on the left in correlation to the others here, right? So what I did was I use this shift key more often with my small finger, and I don't use this as frequently, but you can see where the crack is. So what ended up happening was this has two little dingles in there, two little sliders, one here, one there, and it broke in half. So what I did was I tried to get this one off, and I switched it over, and now I got it on this side. The computer is off, and we're going to replace the two shift keys. I ordered these online, and they're about $4, $5 each, and they come with replacement parts as well. So there's the little squeezy thing that's kind of like the sponge, and then these are the tracks. I'll show you what these mean later on. I'm going to replace them both, the left and right, because when I was shifting this one over, I also cracked it. I'll show you. There's a small little crack. You can't see it because of the light, but I'm going to replace them both. So this one's and this one are going to be replaced. All the others came up no problem. Like these keys here all came up without any problems. But for some odd reason I broke the shift key. I was just a little bit too hard on it. What I use is a guitar pick, and you can get underneath it, and it's just simply a matter of that one actually came up pretty quickly. Normally it doesn't come up that quick, but because it's broken, and you see the track and the little bar in here as well. See how that kind of just, it keeps the keyboard or the key in line, so it's not flopping around, and level at the same time. And the thing with this, the shift key, I didn't get under the enter key, but the shift key has two of these lifters. That's why they came with these four, two each. I think some do break. I was successful in not breaking them. You can see that this little guy here was doing his job and pushing it up. Now this needs to be lifted a bit, and it's just a matter of snapping it out of the lifter. You can see this now that I have it up. There it is. So all you're doing is you're snapping this portion here, this little guy here, out of these little keys right there. That locks the lifter in place, and then they're both sides, right? So you have two in this, two in that, and putting it back, all you're doing is you're pushing down on it. But just take a mental note of how, oh no, I don't think it's broken. I think it just needs to be snapped back in. They're very, very fine, but you have to take them out to snap them in. This one I'm going to keep right where it is because it's not doing anything. There's no reason to. I don't know what that is, a piece of plastic, so we're going to need to get that out of the way. You see a little, it's not supposed to be there. There, we got it. Yeah, just a piece of plastic. And that's the other thing, when you're being a little rough on it, that's what happens. So that's why the other one needs to be replaced as well, because of the damage underneath. You can't see it quite as well, but I can bring a light around. Anyway, so these are the two little lifters, and you'll see that the large, let me get a top perspective here, the large corners, the top two corners here and here, if I can, maybe I'll point it out a little bit better. This corner here and this little corner here has to be on the top. And this corner here, which is a little bit smaller. Let's see if we can lift it a bit. There, you see the little lifters here, right there. Okay, so those snap in as well. So those are going to be on the bottom of the track, and then the top will have the larger section. You see there? Kind of hard to hold the camera and show you this. I'm trying to go around the camera and see what that is. And it's a little harder to hold the camera and show you at the same time, but this is where we need to have it. This little rubber, it's just rubber. It's a rubberized gasket, really, and it acts as a spring. And the broken piece is going away. And on this side, we want the left key. I'll show you real quick. There's a difference. And when you order them online, there's a difference as well. Okay, so we have a left and a right. And we're just going to coordinate this so it's easy to remember. The delete and the enter key or the return key are both on the right hand side, so we want the right key. Okay? And what we're going to do now is snap this guy out of its position, and it's just simply a snap. Trying not to break it, although we do have a replacement part. There we go. Okay, so we'll just inspect it really quickly. And it looks like all the pieces are there. It's just a matter of getting it back into place. So what we want to do is, if you can see that or not, there's a little tab right here, right in the middle, right where my fingernail is. And what you want to do is, it fits into a hole. Then on the other side, you just separate it a bit, and it gets, you can put it in there. Now you can see that it's hinged in the center, right? And then coming back to the coordination of which way's up and which way's down, we'll just pick this guy up as reference. They don't move very much when they're in place because it's really just a scissor action. Okay, so we know that we want it to go, the top end is going to be top, because you can turn it around and it's wrong, and it really does look different when it's upside down. So now that we know that this is going to be here, we need to snap things into place again. And it's just a matter of pushing things in. It's relatively forgiving plastic, so it won't snap. And now that's in place. You see how it's in place? It just wants to sit in its proper location. The reason it came out was because of the broken keyboard, right? Or the key. So we put the right one together here, and you turn it upside down, and you'll see. Let me get the. You'll see the. This is the top and bottom, and then you can see where there's a track. There's one clip here, 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 and here for this wire. And really, all you want to do is just line it up so that it's this end and this end. Hold it like that for you, and you simply snap it into place with your fingernail, or you can get the plucker, fancy tool, and just press it in. Snap, snap. Are they all in? And it should be flush. You should be able to see it as being flush. And we want to check for movement as well. There, good movement. Easy peasy. It is brand new, and you will notice that this piece did not come as a spare part. I'm guessing you can request this or purchase this from the third-party vendor, which is where I got this keyboard from. I'll put a link down at the bottom. But we're ready to snap this guy in. Now, if I recall, the hard part was getting the little steel tab to get in there first. You come in from one side. There it is. You see how it kind of hooks? It hooks from the top down. So now it's in. I'll just slide it upwards. Hopefully you can see that. I'm showing you on this side here. I'll point to it. There's a little tab right here, and this hooks in underneath. Right, so now it's hinged, and we're just going to let it fall down like that, and it's just a matter of applying pressure on both of the lifters until they snap in. There's one, and there's two. Keyboard fixed. It really is just that simple. And you'll notice that that's a brand new key in my keyboard, and it works just like new. And we didn't use the spare parts. We're going to keep those for any future mistakes, mishaps that may have happened or may happen. So we'll keep those just in case. They came as part of a key. So you buy a key, you get the corresponding amount. All the single keys obviously only have a single lifter and little, I'm going to call it the sponge spring. How's that? The little rubberized pushy thing. Okay, so that's how you change a broken key. Let's get this guy out and change it to the proper. So it's simple. The thickness of a guitar pick is perfect for something like this. It's not sharp. It's not going to damage anything in the keyboard. And so when you do this, kind of hard to do. I noticed that the front isn't as easy as doing it from the back. And you just kind of slide it in. I can get this in with a little bit of pressure. There it is. And we just want to give it a little bit of a upward pull. And this is where it kind of gets a little iffy. So I've got it so that now I can just give it a pull with my fingers, and I think they both came out. Now that both of these are, yeah, I can feel that. And we're going to come around to the front like so. Hopefully you can see that. I haven't put my hands in there. That one's snapped open, and I'm just putting my finger here just so that it doesn't fall all over the place. Oh, it's going to be a little snug. So this side feels like it's out. It's now just a matter of finding which one is holding on. There it is. Okay, that got in there. So it's just a matter of me fiddling with it a little bit, and then it's snap and snap. And now you can see where it's lifting properly. Okay, so sometimes you just got to fiddle with it, and it works. Okay, this one here is in great shape. We don't need to change it, right? And this is the one that's garbage. We're just going to put that aside. Now the next thing, I'll just show you the damage that I did taking it out of the other side. This is obviously the right side because it's on the right hand of the keyboard. When I was prying it from the bottom, I must have used too much force, and I snapped a little piece here, here, and here off. Now it still functions, it's not warped or broken, and I was able to replace it onto the right side just so that while I had the keys in shipment, I can still have this available to me. I'm going to save that as a spare, just in case either one of these need to be replaced again in the future. Obviously, I'm going to throw that one out. Okay, so this is the right-hand side. What we need to do now is just put this bar back in, and that's just a matter of lining it up on the top and the bottom, or the left and the right at the top, in the little notches that are in the top of this, and just snap it into place. There are 4 snaps, so the 4th one, there it is. Just make sure that it's moving. There's good movement there, good stuff. And we just hook it on the left and the right. They're both hooked, and then just, while it's hooked, slowly push it down. Now it's just a matter of giving it a little bit of a snap to put it into place. There it is. There. All done. Just need that extra little snap. And it feels good when you push in the center. It's not moving around. So that is in perfect repair. There you go. How to change the shift keys on a MacBook Pro. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up.